Never perfect.
Man.
Always fun.
We're going streaking!
Deanna and Justin in the moment.
I'm wearing my honorary MGK staff t-shirt to salute Andre Gardner.
He got fired and then just like laughed through the whole thing, which is what I did on our last show until everybody else started crying. I still will stand by that. Because I guess I just need emotions.
I listened to his last broadcast and man, he's always an upbeat guy, but talk about being positive. It's your last day.
I think at this point he's like 63, I think. Like he was probably ready to rock.
Yeah.
To go travel and stuff. So I mean, there's contracts for a reason, everybody. That's all I'll say.
I mean, yeah, like he was incredible. It was a great last show.
Then he was like, I'm out. And then he played Helter Skelter. And I was like, this song is... And then I forgot at the end of that song, it pauses and then it picks back up. So I thought there was like dead air. Like he was like, oh, he's doing like a moment of silence. And then it just fools you. And I was like, that's pretty tight. All right, I like that. Speaking of music, did you see that fake Warped Tour is back?
Yes.
They're doing 3 2-day things. It's like DC, LA, and
I don't remember the location.
Orlando. As a Warped Tour veteran, I knew it really wasn't going to come back. Like, really.
But pop punk is not dead.
It's never been this. Give me a second. The damn doll. I did let her out. She was sleeping. Now she's up because you heard her voice.
We just started.
This is my life. Come on, get it. It's Warped Tour's back. Whatever. It's like 6 total days. I mean, it's insane to me that like Warped Tour existed in the first place, because you would, thinking about it now, like you would know who was playing, but you didn't know what times until you got in there.
Yeah.
Like now I go to a festival and I can set the lineup that I want to see on my phone and it will send me notifications when they start playing.
I would go because I went to Warped Tour once and I think I stayed half the day.
Well, you were number one on a tarmac. It was 100 degrees. There was minimal water.
True. Like
I walked in one time and I saw Andrew WK at noon. Like he's not a noon act. Like there was fireworks and blood and like.
Oh my God.
Started the day. And I'm like, this is gonna be terrible because I'm gonna be so tired of it. We were on the rail. Like we were the first ones there.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I was always obsessed with Warped Tour because I'm like, I really want to like be an intern and like travel around. But then I found out you can't poop on a tour bus, and this is now like coming back up. I saw an interview with Marcus King, guitar player, his wife, and they said, "What's the worst part about touring?" Is like you can't poop on the bus, and I always thought it was just like a common courtesy thing. But I looked up why you can't poop on a bus because it was bothering me. Basically, they don't get to RV parks enough to flush the system. So when you poop on the bus, like if there's 12 people in there, it's 12 poops a day. And like it'll just fester. That's why I thought it was like, you don't want to stink up the bus, but pooping's normal, right? It said here, it says you can do number 2 on the bus. You can, but the bus has a sewage tank, but the dilemma is the tank can't be flushed. And you really have to like upkeep them, obviously. It's like a camper too.
Right.
And it's super expensive to just go to an RV park all the time. But then I found another term that I'm going to just say. They call it hot bagging, which I guess if you're a camper, you do this. You just poop in a bag. Like you put the bag on top of the toilet and you poop in the bag.
Oh, God.
But it's, you just do it. And then you just, you don't chuck it out the window because there's that. Well, no one poops in tour buses because of Dave Matthews Band. Remember that story?
No.
You don't know this story?
No, I don't know this story.
All right. In Chicago, right, there's the river in the middle of the city. Okay.
Yeah.
And they have the tour boats that seat like 70 people. It's the raft, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it goes to the river and it goes through under like the 4 or 5 bridges they have. Well, the Dave Matthews Band was driving over a bridge and they let the poop out of the system and it covered everybody on the boat.
No.
Yeah, it's like a famous story. Like there's some people thought it was real. It's real. People thought it was fake for a while, but they just pooped on everybody.
Oh my gosh. Why do I not know that story? I love Dave Matthews.
So do I. If you type in Dave Matthews poop, it's Dave Matthews bus incident. On August 8th, 2004, a tour bus belonging to Dave Matthews dumped 800 pounds of human waste through the Kinsey Street Bridge onto an open-top passenger sightseeing boat on the Chicago River.
Oh, God.
The incident became popularly known as the Dave Matthews Band incident or Poopgate.
Oh, my gosh. They called it
Poopgate. As a part of the settlement, they paid $200,000 to Environmental Protection, and they donated $100,000 to two groups that protect the river and the surrounding area. And then the bus driver pleaded guilty.
Oh my God!
Yeah, just full poop. Went into the passenger's eyes, mouth, and hair. Oh my God!
That's terrible.
Everybody started vomiting on top of that too, which was worse.
This is like one of my biggest fears. Did you see the recent story about SeaWorld?
No, the whale poop?
Yeah. At SeaWorld in San Antonio, a whale took a dump in the tank and then flapped his fin and splashed everyone in the front row, covered them all in disgusting contaminated water.
Oh, that's so good.
And they all had to get taken to a decontamination station where they were given water and soap and clothes from the gift shop.
Like a whale poops and it just poof, like it's a flood of poop.
Oh my gosh. I know. Imagine how much. I mean, do you think it was as much as the Dave Matthews tour bus? Probably more.
That's a lot of poop. 800. Let's see. How much does a whale poop in one sitting? Whale poop in one sitting. One swoop of poop. Let's see. In 2015, a sperm whale pooped on a group of divers, creating a 30-meter wide poop-nado, is what they called it.
Oh my gosh.
This is real, but it's good for the environment. You know what I mean? Like they like fish eat the poop.
I guess
so the whales are just re-pooping everything.
Is it possible to refer to the Dave Matthews tour bus poop as a whale of a poop?
Yeah, it was. They probably have a song named that too. What do I want to wear to poop? Yeah, that's there's one more thing on poop. My roommate in college was convinced that squirrels don't poop because I've never have you ever seen a squirrel poop?
Never seen squirrel poop.
Never seen squirrel poop. Never seen a squirrel poop.
Unless when you see it, you think it's like a tiny dog.
I don't think they poop. I mean, well, the squirrels are fat right now because they're getting ready for hibernation. But
yeah.
I see a bird poop. Anything in the sky basically poops, even planes. But I've never seen a squirrel poop.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Deer poop, bear poop, fox poop.
Yeah, that's poop. All recognizable. Recognizable poop.
Yeah, that's never seen a squirrel. He's still convinced. We are now 33 years old, and he's like, squirrels don't poop. Like girls. Girls and squirrels don't poop.
Girls and squirrels.
I was not setting up for that line. That's a real story. It sounds like I was, but I'm not. I was not setting up for that line.
Oh man. Wait, so I've got to throw my stepdad under the bus for a minute, of course, because it's just too easy sometimes. So he's visiting right now.
With you or separately?
Yeah, well, he's staying at a hotel because I have a 1-bedroom apartment and he would not fit on this couch.
Plus, space is good.
Yeah, when we remember when we visited, Jacob and I visited him at his condo in Fort Myers, Florida, and it turned into a working vacation because he took me to JCPenney and we bought curtains and curtain rods and all this stuff. We ended up decorating his living room. Well, he comes here, right, and he's staying for 10 days or something. And he brought his laundry over to my apartment last night just in time to put one load in the wash and then have me finish the rest.
Do you have it in your apartment or is it a room?
I have it in my apartment.
Yeah, I have
in-unit washer dryer.
So if you had a laundry room,
that I had to go to.
Yeah, he knew. He knew. 100% knew.
I was like, man, this dude, he's getting away with murder.
I mean, like, is your plan to move to another apartment or to get or rent a house?
So both. Interestingly enough, at the end of this week, we are taking ourselves down the hall to a 2-bedroom unit because our house is actually in contract already.
Yeah,
it was wild. It was on the market for like 3 days, and
which is long now, like 3 days. Usually,
I know it's insane. We had an open house and then we got 3 offers, and it was just like, oh, okay.
Did anyone write you a letter before?
No, but someone did ask if a letter would help. We were like, nah, bro, not anymore.
We killed it here.
Yeah, DOA. So we're moving into a 2-bedroom unit down the hall for the time being, so that like we can kind of take our time and figure out what neighborhood we want to live in.
Yeah,
like, it's going to take a minute to like figure that stuff out. We think we narrowed it down to a couple, but I don't want to rush into anything. But yeah, so my stepdad's here, right? And I felt bad, honestly. I think that's why I'm like okay with doing the laundry, because he asked me the other day if I wanted to go to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and I'm like, I've been so many times, it's going to be wasted on me. I'm like, just go and have fun. And I like made him go by himself, and I feel pretty bad about it.
Luckily, the exhibits do rotate, so like there's something new, but like most of them stay.
See, if I knew that, I would have gone.
I mean, like consistently rotate.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay. Like new cars. Well, like the cars and stuff are still there, but like Luke Combs had one, like Florida Georgia Line. Anybody who's like up and coming will have one.
Huh.
Yeah. So at least there's like some new stuff. You just spend more time there.
Yeah. Darn, I should have gone.
I mean, you can still go. It's literally right. I don't think it's ever moving.
It's true. And I think it's like $28. It's like nothing to get into that place.
Like that's like people buy. I guess you could buy a season pass. Okay. Like a season pass to a zoo makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. The animals are always doing something different. But like a museum, I don't know. Like the Franklin Institute, season pass is smart if you got kids, right?
Right.
You can go do stuff. And they have a new heart. They got a new heart at the Franklin Institute.
Oh, yeah?
Heart to walk through, yeah. Oh, if you have a wedding there, you can go drink at the heart.
Yeah.
My friend took a selfie there in the heart with a Manhattan. I was like, this is legit.
But like Constitution Center, you don't want a season pass because it's the same thing every time.
They do rotate a few things. I think they had a Bruce Springsteen one. They had something there. I was the first one through the Ben Franklin exhibit there when it opened.
Wait.
And there was fake Ben Franklins there to take pictures with.
Now that we're talking about this, did you see that portal in Philly that like shows people in Dublin? And like, there's just hundreds.
Poland too. There's a Poland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it rotates or it will go to Poland.
I just saw videos and photos over the last day or two of hundreds of people in Philly just like dancing and like, making fools of themselves in front of people in other countries.
I mean, within 10 minutes, someone was smoking weed in front of it. And I was like, this is where we're at. And waving pretzels.
That's such a Philly thing.
But they shut down it before because there was too many boobs. Like there was just always boobs. Which I'll be honest with you, like I'd probably take my shirt off too. I feel like that is a natural reaction now. Just to show your chest in the portal.
Oh my god.
To Ireland,
Yeah.
But now it's good. All those people that are like, I've never been to Ireland. Now they're going to be like, I've been to Ireland. Yeah, through a Skype meeting.
We are living in the future. I
mean, we're doing it right here. We just don't have people.
But this is like been done, this is like old news.
They want to make it permanent though. I did see that.
A permanent fixture?
Yes, because this was somewhere else, Chicago. It rotated before, but it's always was Dublin, I'm pretty sure. They're rotating the US one to really show that the United States is massive. And when people in England go, U.S. people aren't well traveled. I'm like, if I drive to Jersey, it's a different culture. Even though we're the same country, everybody's different. Over there, like if you're in Ireland and you drive to Jersey, you're in like Russia. Like it's not far, It's the same here. Like going to other states is going to other countries.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why we're the United States. We're not just the state. Like there's different cultures.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, when I was living in Jersey, that's one thing that I would say. If I would meet somebody from North Jersey, I'm like,
Different.
totally different country. I'm a South Jersey girl.
But their thing is like, oh, you guys stay within your country for vacation? Yes.
Yeah.
We have legit cowboys 4 hours away.
Yeah, there is that's right. In that sense, yeah, I totally agree because there's so much to explore.
And I'm like, you're eating beans on toast. Like, don't come at me that we're not well traveled. All right. I love British food videos. I have a British friend and I ask her about it all of the time. They have like 4 things. They eat fried fish, they eat beans on toast. I saw a girl make a chip sandwich, and they love battering sausage, which I'm very into, like deep frying battered sausage. But everything's fried.
Huh.
And they talk about us frying all the food. I'm like, you are also frying all the food.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me.
And your peas are mushy.
You know what? That's so true because, I mean, schnitzel. It's like the one thing that I ate at almost every meal when we went to Europe. We did Prague, Vienna, Budapest, and it's like, that's fried. I mean, pan fried.
Fried differently. Like, pan fried.
Yeah.
Slight oil. I'm talking about like vats of oil.
Oh.
But I did try the beans. Now, the beans are not like our beans. Like, they are baked beans, but they're more savory. So I get like, because I love baked beans, like our baked beans.
Mm-hmm.
There's a limit to the beans because they're sweet. But like their beans are a little different. They got different beans there. I'll give them that. Still Heinz though. Heinz is everywhere, but just more savory.
The coffee, I'm very disappointed in. It's good, but they don't give you a cup more than like 9 ounces big. Like
we don't. That's our thing.
They give you the tiniest cups, and I'm like, is this an espresso shot? What is this?
I think they make coffee that they think we like. Does that make sense?
Oh.
So it's just basically Americano, but like not as good. Which is also why it's called Americano.
I mean, the coffee's good. It's just like you're not giving me enough of it. Like this isn't like an afternoon pick-me-up.
A carafe of it.
That's I need a trough of coffee in the morning.
I don't know if you've come across this guy on TikTok. His name's Caleb Hammer. And he's like my age. He's a financial guy, and basically people go to his podcast and they're like, "Why are we in debt?" And then he just destroys him. And if you are like feeling bad about like your finances, go watch these clips. There was a woman. I am obsessed with this show. There's one that's going viral. Is this couple that lives in Houston, and she works on the weekends, like 20 hours as a flight attendant. So it's zero money. And then I don't know what her husband does. But she like books she takes loans out for vacations, which is like the worst thing you can do.
What?
And then she flies to LA to get her hair cut. And you would assume they make millions of dollars, and they make $0, but she's just debt. And I mean like $100,000 in credit card debt. So
why
if you
do
ever
people
feel bad,
do this?
Instagram.
I don't get it. Why do people do this kind of stuff?
Instagram. Because you gotta look.
What?
part.
Because they want to post it?
Yeah, like they want to look like look like they're living like everybody else. That's why. But if you ever feel bad, Caleb Hammer, it's the best. I feel so much better.
God. I'm gonna have to check this guy out.
Yeah. And you can volunteer to go on the show, and he will destroy you. But it's but it's good. Like you watch it, and you go, "Oh, this guy's right."
I need to do it. I need this guy to tear me apart. It's not like I know what I need to do. Like we're not in tremendous debt. We just like, I like to.
Your episode would be boring. That's
you're right.
That's a good thing. You want to be boring on the show. Yeah,
because we don't really, I don't know, get ourselves in hot water.
You're not taking loans out to go on 30 grand.
Definitely not.
That's what I'm saying. And they're like 50% interest loans. So it's insane. If you want to feel better, go watch the show.
Wait a minute. So I know that when you're in or around Nashville, it's just like kind of normal to see famous people all the time. But this is like super, super famous, like super hot at this moment. So I was leaving my apartment to go to work, and there's a pasta joint across the street called Iggy's, and the chef was just named the best of Nashville. And it's like two brothers from New York that own the place. I think I might have told you about it before. It was like one of the first places I discovered when I moved here, because they make all their own pasta. They do like really elevated stuff. They have like shaved truffles the menu's amazing, right? So I'm leaving for work the other day and I see a big black SUV pull up to the front of Iggy's, and the driver gets out to let someone out of the back seat. And in my mind, because I'm oblivious, I'm just like, oh, really nice Uber XL driver trying to make a good tip, right?
Don't tell me who it is. Like, lead me up to it. I'll see if I can guess.
I just don't even know how to lead you up to it. I found out later that it was someone famous because they just had a concert in town and they were in Iggy's, and someone on Reddit talked about it, that they tried to like, you know, get a photo or like whatever, but they couldn't because this person was surrounded by their security at the chef's counter.
Who just had a concert there? Last week was Post Malone. Like, what's the level of fame?
I mean, pretty hot right now.
Was it Morgan Wallen? No.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, she was in Nashville last week.
Freaking Sabrina Carpenter ate dinner across the street from my apartment complex, and I did not even know.
I'm like this. Now, when you get older, you appreciate music more. I'm in my car, I listen to country and death metal. And that's exclusively what I'm listening to. Like, I will listen to Kelsey Ballerini, and the next song will be Peeling Flesh, okay? The Sabrina Carpenter album is one of the greatest albums I've ever heard. It is unbelievable. The production.
Yeah.
Lyrics are something else. They are not for me. I understand that. The guitar parts, the hooks, the bridge, like the little it's so I've listened to it like 30 times. It's so good.
Yeah.
And she's funny. Like, when you watch her on like TikTok, she's funny.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Her dad built her a recording studio in the house. So like that.
Probably. Yeah.
But
I could see that.
Which means she was probably with Barry Keoghan, who is also super famous because of Saltburn. So
who's that?
Her boyfriend.
Oh, I didn't know she had a boyfriend.
Barry Keoghan. He was in Saltburn.
Did not know.
His wang is out all of the time at the end of that. Which is
now
when you listen to the songs, you'll get it.
That's the show you made me watch, and I said it was god awful. Why do you watch this?
It was a very artsy film, and it was a lot of dread for 2.5 hours, which is my favorite type of movie.
It was sick. Sorry, my computer jumped because my dog just pushed the ottoman.
He was also in Killing of a Sacred Deer. If you want to watch something that's even more disturbing, that's Barry Keoghan.
Wait a minute. Is that the one I watched, or is it Saltburn that I watched? I can't remember which one. You make me watch all these sick things.
Killing of a Sacred Deer Colin Farrell's in that, and Nicole Kidman.
No, I didn't watch that
and
one.
Alicia Silverstone. Saltburn is like he fakes that he's rich. Yes,
that's the one I watched. Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, that was gross. If you want to see something that's just going to like really mess you up for like a week,
really disturb you,
Killing of a Sacred Deer. It's so good. Now he's in like the Banshees of something that's pretty good too. I haven't watched it, but all the reviews are great. So yeah, if you want to watch, listen to Short and Sweet, and then go watch Killing of a Sacred Deer and be like, she's dating that guy.
Oh my gosh.
Great album, great movies. I'm glad they're together. The show's great. I watched the TikTok clips of the show. The production's insane. They knew what they were doing.
I just haven't seen that many shows. Like if Killing of a Sacred Deer is anything like Saltburn, I don't think I want it.
It's worse. You should watch it. You have
Definitely don't want it.
I think you need to watch it to have a baseline for other films that you watch. Because it's wild. You know
what I do love, and I usually
Love is Blind.
No. Well, yes, I do.
Great show. I don't watch it. The weddings are today, FYI.
I usually don't love conforming when people tell me you have to watch this. It's so good, right? But I did give in and I started Nobody Wants This on Netflix. And can I just say it is like the healthiest portrayal of a romantic relationship that I've ever seen on TV or film. And it's intriguing and entertaining, and in like healthy can be good.
I think now, did you watch it because Adam Brody's in it?
No, I watched it because everyone kept telling me this is so good, you have to see it. And I was like, can you please let me get through Vanderpump Rules first? I have to watch this hot garbage.
I love a good hot garbage show. I have not watched this yet, but I feel like I need to.
It's so good. Yes.
Right, yeah, we're good. I'm in.
It is so good and so real. And excuse you, my dog just pushed the ottoman again, and my computer's farther away from me. No, it's just really, really, I don't know, heartfelt and funny. And the premise is like two sisters and they have a podcast, and it's just good.
There's a girl named Sherry Cola in it. That's not a real name. I just learned that. I thought it was her real name.
Wait, so Sherry Cola was also executive producer, I believe, of a show I used to watch called Good Trouble, which totally makes sense because that show was awesome too.
She was also on Carson Daly's radio show. I didn't know that too.
Wait a minute. What does Sherry Cola look like?
She's Asian.
Oh, that's the chick. So she's on the show. Hold on. Now I have to look her up just to make sure that it's actually who I'm thinking of.
She was in another show too, and I can't remember what it was.
Yes. Wait, okay. So, wait, when I type in Sherry Cola, all this like liquor comes up first.
It's a great name. So I'm reading about her now. That was her Yelp username, which I think is hilarious that you used.
Oh, wow.
Yelp username as your stage name. Clearly her stage name.
Okay, so here we are. That's not that. That's not that. This is her. Yeah, so she was in Good Trouble too. And so she's also in Nobody Wants This. I didn't realize that she was like the one behind all of it. She's really talented. Oh, jeez.
Murph just got up out of her seat.
Hey, no.
Murph, it's nothing. No one's here.
There he
now
goes.
She's up. Now she's up. Now she's up. She's walking around.
No, Rad, come here. Well, you know, if there's anybody ever at the front door doing anything, he's got to make himself known.
Do people trick or treat in apartment buildings?
You know, I thought about that because I was in Marshall's last week and I was going to get a bunch of decorations for my door, and then I figured why.
To make you feel better, I guess.
Like, yeah, like no one's going to see them.
We bought a lot of sugary candy because usually that's what goes. But then I was like, one year I want to give out hot dogs. Like I want to get a hot dog roller. Just hot dogs and beer. But I was thinking about it. You know what would be a great thing to give away that covers all bases, chocolate and sugar? Cosmic brownies.
Oh.
Not weed brownies. Cosmic.
No, I know what you're talking about. The ones with like the colored
yes.
like candy sprinkles. Yeah.
They sell the regular ones at the store, but the bigger ones at Wawa taste better. I don't know why.
That's a good idea. But your kids are very much into like gummy candies now.
Oh my God, yeah. We got Airhead Sour thing rope. I don't know what it is. But they don't eat like, but then they eat the good chocolate. Like I'm not a Snickers fan. It's too much work for my jaw. Like the Twix is better. Or the Kit Kat. The big Kit Kat. Oh, best.
Love a Twix.
Twix is great.
Twix. Yeah.
But like it's usually Snickers or like they'll go Milky Way before they go Snickers. I realize that.
I'm gonna pick a sleeper here. Gotta love a Butterfinger.
Did I ever tell you the story about candy bars when I was in first grade?
No.
And how this like legitimately still haunts me. Words matter, people, when you're a child. We were in first grade at a Catholic school in Philadelphia, St. Martha's. I'll tell you what it was. And we had something where the 8th graders would come and they would give you like a gift bag. And I got a Baby Ruth bar. And at this point, I can't read because I am 8 years old. No, like 6, right? I can't read, whatever. And I asked the girl who was like my big sister thing, you know, do like that. I was like, what is this? And she goes, a chocolate bar. And I went, I know. I can't read. I vividly have, this is like stuck and burned in my mind. I forget a lot of things. I have never forgot that moment. I wonder what she's doing now. Probably miserable. I kind of hope she is miserable. Like, just hates it. She's like, it's a chocolate bar. I'm like, I know what it looks like. I'm a fat first grader. I can't read. I do want to toot my own horn that I was self-aware to make that comment that I can't read.
She thought you meant literally. Literally, what is this?
I hope she's miserable. Whatever she had black hair.
Oh my god.
Short black hair. I hate her. I literally can. It's etched in my. Every time I see Baby Ruth, right back to the story.
So you have a bad emotional recall with Baby Ruth. I have a good one because
I'll still eat them.
When Jacob and I first started dating, somehow Baby Ruth came into play, and I think maybe he like stopped at a store and picked up like a couple things, and then grabbed a candy bar and grabbed a Baby Ruth for me, and then it just kind of like somehow became a thing that like a Baby Ruth was just like a cute little.
Because it's random. It's a random. It's not a top tenner. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not,
but they're really good.
Yeah, it's like a role player.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say they're better than Snickers.
I think everything's better than Snickers, though. So I'm not I'm not a Snickers fan. It's just I mean, if you eat them, I honestly, people who have well-defined jaws probably love Snickers because they're so hard.
Oh boy. All right. Well, that's about time.
That's it.
All right. Bye, mayonnaise.
Bye.